Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about supercapitals. That is, what if you could capitalize capital letters? Tom Seven has a video on this where he uses AI to predict what supercapitals would look like, but I don't think this is a good idea because each letter from going from lowercase to capital follows like a different policy. For example, some of them like W just become bigger, whereas something like E obviously follows a different rule. Anyway, so let's try to come up with some letters, some supercapitals. Let's start with the easier ones first. So I think a W would be the supercapital for W would be an even bigger W. Same for X. Same for Z. Yeah, you notice we can knock out quite a few of them. Same for V. Let's come back to that one. Then we have S. Is there anything else? O can just be like super capital O can be a really wide O, if you want to argue about that kind of thing. And then we have C, and that might be it for the easy ones. You can pretty much ignore this thing right here, so it can just be an even bigger capital U. Okay. So let's get to work. So M kind of looks like we had something that was like curvy and then became more linear. So obviously the next level is to be even more linear. Bam, super capital M. Beautiful. K, well, K seems to have this thing where this sideways V starts out at the bottom, then goes to the middle, and well, I guess now the only thing to do is to, put it at the top. There you go. Super capital K. H seems to, you kind of have this, and then you add another line there. So maybe we just add another line. I don't know if we should do something like this. That might make it look too much like A, but something like this could be fine. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Let's see. What else can we do? Well, the letter E, it looks like, you made this kind of straight. Like, this part remains, but then this becomes flatter. And then this also like expands outwards. So maybe an even bigger expansion. Maybe something that looks kind of like this symbol. It's an expanding letter. Let's leave D for later. B is hypothetically an easy one. You start with one circle, then you get two. Now you just gotta, throw in a third one. Maybe be agnostic and do that. Yeah. Beautiful. P seems to get bigger but also seems to go higher. So the solution is just a floating, really big P. N kind of has this like curvy thing, but then becomes, so I guess N will follow the same rule as M. Let's use this other tool. Yeah, it becomes more rigid or more linear. So there's our super capital N. T's an interesting one, but it's not too hard. So you have this thing and it goes up and gets bigger. So for super T, you just have this really long line lumbering above. Here's your super T. And Y kind of goes up and becomes straighter, as you can see. Maybe we can do something similar to what we did with N. This could be another floating letter like P, and then oh, we could mix it up actually. So yeah, we'll have it be floating and it'll be really big, but maybe it'll curve this way now. There you go. There you go. Okay, what else we got? D has this thing and this, and then this thing like flips over to this side and gets bigger. So we just repeat that trend. It's just gonna look like it has a cancer. There we go. Super D. F. It kind of now F is a tricky one. It basically just becomes rigid or becomes straight. The solution, of course, is simple. It's to simplify it even more. So we go from curvy to straight lines to, well, let's just cut out the middleman and maybe make this even wider. That might be a good idea. All right. L, you have a line, then you add this. Well, it's like, why not add another one? This could be L or super L. I mean, maybe we could do it on the other side, but I don't know how much that looks like a letter. It looks like the perpendicular symbol. I guess you could also do something like those could all be potential L's. All right, let's go to R. The R is kind of a crazy one. You basically have this thing and it like turns into that. So R is probably just gonna be like a wild card, like you just go crazy. Q, yeah, it looks like this got bigger and then this thing moved down. It gives me an idea. So Q could be, I don't know, like an even bigger circle. Like the circle got bigger. And then this thing became a straight line. Yeah, we could do something like this. There's our Q. It looks like an omega. Alright, let's do I, even though it's a hard one. So with I, it seems like you just filled in the empty space. But then you don't have empty space anymore. So it's like, what do you do then? Well, let's look at J. That might give us some hints. So J kind of has the same thing, except in addition to filling up the empty space, you kind of move this up higher, and then you go farther with the line. I guess we could just go more extreme, make the curvy part even curvier, but we'll have it float above the other letters. Cool. And then this part right here, we can even have it do something like this. So now it looks like some weird script character. So I guess hypothetically with I, we could just make it be an even longer line. I don't know, maybe it's not the best solution, but maybe it's the best we can do. Right, and that leaves 3 letters, G and A and R. And I don't really think there's anything that goes on with A, so we could just do something wacky, like it's like sprouting. Maybe even add another line. No, it could even be like a downwards part. Yeah, and how it looks like a Gothic letter. And then G. Yeah, G looks like it could be something that well, it just looks like a circle that kind of got bigger and then kind of got more and more apart. So you could do something like a backwards C, or no, like a C, but that still doesn't really look like anything. So it could be some super totally random letter. There's your super capital G. And then yeah, with R, it's kind of the same thing, except it's got to grow even more. So maybe something like an E growing out of it. Alright, there you have it. Super capital letters.